Hello and good morning. It is Friday, November the 4th, and I'm glad that you guys are here with us. Today we're going through your regular daily Bible reading, and I'm glad that you are participating with us through us. Today we are going to be looking at the section of John chapter 10 specifically, because I find it such a cool illustration that Jesus gives that wasn't quite understood in the moment by some people, but it's such a cool thing looking back and knowing what we do. Because in this illustration, he talks about the good shepherd and how all of the good shepherd's sheep know his voice and he knows them by name, and they follow him when they're called. But the only way to be able to get to the sheep is through the gate, because anyone who goes over the gate and by climbing it or under it or breaks through it, whatever it may be, would be considered a robber and a thief. And the sheep would instantly run away from them because they don't know who that is, because they're scared of strangers. And then when the Pharisees question him about it of, Jesus, what does this mean? He goes, I am the gate. The only way to heaven is through me. And that is so true. The only way we can get to heaven is by believing that Jesus is the Messiah who was sent to us to save us from our past, present, and future sins. And we can only get to heaven through him, because that is what we foundationally believe, of that Jesus is the Messiah, and through him and through his death on the cross that we are saved. And so there is no other way to be able to be saved by just by doing enough good deeds or being a good person. No, we have to have that relationship with Jesus. And Jesus also wants that relationship with us because he is our shepherd. He knows us by name, and we should know his voice so that when he calls us, we go and we come to him and we hear his words when they are spoken. Because that is what it looks like to live out a faith that is following him. Of when we hear his voice, we come. We go where he calls us to go, and we do as he asks us to do. And we follow him no matter where it may lead, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it is sometimes a hard place to get to or it's a hard thing to do. We are called to follow him no matter what. But Jesus is still our shepherd, and he will protect us from all things that could harm us, because that's what shepherds did biblically, and that's what they still do to this day, is they protect their flock from the harms of the world around them. And Jesus will do the same to us. But we also have to keep in mind that the only way that we can find salvation, the only way we can get to heaven, where we can come to be with God and we can come to be in perfect unity, is through Jesus. And so I guys want you to think about that is, are you trying to find your way into heaven in different ways? Or are you actually trying to find your way to heaven through Jesus and the sacrifice that he has done for us? And so I want you guys to spend some time and reflect on that. But church, until next time, you are sent.